So I guess we're going to be crossing over Nickajack Lake, I believe it is. I've been this way, but it's been quite a while. It's been quite a few years. I mean, last time I drove this way, I've flown to Florida too. But when was the last time I drove there? Maybe about 3-4 years ago. This would be Nickajack Lake. Nickajack Lake with Nickajack Dam. I'm sure there's some nice fishing in this lake. I've never fished here myself, but I'm sure there is. I wouldn't mind doing it one day. If someone invited me, offered, I would. I sure wouldn't say no. I would take them up on the offer. Looks nice. Nice view right there. See, the water's a little bit more calm here. It's not as rough looking from the wind. It's got a little bit of chop, a little bit of waves to it, but not much. I mean, choppiness. But it's not like the other side of the mountain. The wind's definitely a lot better on this side. That water's swirling. Maybe they're letting some water out of the dam. I don't know. Cruising right along. We're doing good. Get nervous when I drive over water in this big old thing. I don't know why. It just feels like I'm gonna drop off into the water, which makes absolutely no sense at all. I'm not gonna drop off into the water, but it feels that way. Chattanooga by now. I don't remember it being this long of a drive over the top of the mountain. Kind of music my wife is listening to on the radio. I could have music on in here while I'm driving. I just didn't put it on because I thought that might be a little distracting for the video. But of course, as much as I've been running my mouth and talking, that's probably a little distracting too. Oh, 13 miles to Chattanooga. After Chattanooga, it's about roughly 2 hours or so. We'll be in downtown Atlanta. And then less than an hour after that, we'll be at our first stop for the night. I gotta slow down. I don't know why everyone's braking. Oh, there's a sign right there. Welcome to Georgia. Here we are. Well, I guess that means adios, Tennessee. We are now officially in Georgia. One more state to go. We'll be home. Chattanooga, here we come. Seems to be slowing down a little bit, which I'm okay with, as long as she's not going so slow. this about ginger ale, why I like the taste of it. What is it that makes it ginger? Do they actually put real ginger in it? Of course, I'm sure now it's all ginger flavoring and artificial. Did they actually put real ginger in ginger ale back in the day? I just like the flavor of it. There's one time my wife made these mashed potatoes. I love potatoes. Mashed potatoes I love. And she had this little recipe. I don't know where she got it from. I don't know if it was off the internet or something. But it had ginger in them and something else in them. Oh, they were awesome. They were delicious. Ginger adds a wonderful little flavor to mashed potatoes. If you never tried that, look it up. I really think you'd like it. If you like mashed potatoes. It had a wonderful little flavor to it. I enjoy it. Oh, you feel those bumps in that camera? That was a rough little bridge right there. Oh, we're back in Tennessee. That was quick. Excuse me, I belched. I'm sorry. I forgot y'all were here with me on the camera and I belched. That was my ginger ale. My 8-year-old granddaughter would have loved it. Even when you're 8 years old, when you belch, it's the funniest thing in the world. So when I got to Florida and we got all set up, I was thinking about taking the forewarned weather spotter forecast classes in the local area, through Tampa, the Tampa forewarned station, National Weather Service office. I know they're just they're strictly for beginners and the information is extremely basic, but that's what I need because that's the level I'm at. So it's got to start somewhere. So I'm gonna take as many of those as possible that I can. Of course, I've been watching YouTube videos, trying to learn from that. Some stuff I understand, some I don't. Trying to learn more of the terminology and why this cloud, why that cloud, and what this formation is, and why this does that, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to sign up for the forewarned classes once we get settled in there. I'm going to go to Tampa and sign up for those. I'm hoping to maybe meet some people, make some friends, who are more obviously more knowledgeable than me. Maybe that we go out storm weather spotting and maybe storm spotting I can learn from and not hit those side bumps on the road too, maybe. But I can learn from them and just gain knowledge as I go. I'm hoping one day to get my granddaughter down in Florida. She's 8, like I just said. She turns 8 December 6th is her birthday. She just turned 8. She told me she likes storms, but you know how kids are. So maybe get her interested in that, maybe get her to spend time down there, travel back and forth, spend summer vacations with us. Go do some weather spotting, and maybe one day when she's a little older, when it's safer for her to do so when she gets older, more reasonable age, maybe have her do some storm chasing. Teach her how to use all the video equipment, the cameras. Maybe she'll do her own YouTube channel. Who knows? She loves watching YouTuber, on her own, but she's 8. Just about every 8-year-old loves watching YouTube, I think. I mean, I'm way older than 8, and I love YouTube. I mean, I learned so much. I don't even watch. I can't remember when's the last time I watched regular, old-fashioned TV. Does anybody even watch that anymore? Does anybody actually watch TV anymore? How many people actually have dish, satellite, or cable TV? I mean, dish and cable they're dying. is dying out. They're being replaced by Netflix, Roku, YouTube. I mean, why pay the ridiculous fees that Dish charges? 98% of the channels they're garbage. You don't even watch them anyway. And you got to watch the show when it's on, when it airs on their schedule. YouTube, you can watch anything you want on your schedule, on your time. That's why I love YouTube. I mean, TV and cable are just dying. I guess mostly, I would assume, I'm not sure, it's kind of my own assumption, but mostly the customer base that remains for cable and dish, satellite network is probably older folks, and that's what they understand, and that's all they know. They don't know the newer technology, and they don't want to learn it, so they stick with what they're comfortable with, and I guess when they slowly, pass away, that's when cable and satellite will be going also. I don't know any kids. I got grandchildren and young. I don't know any kids that care about TV. They don't talk about TV at all. They talk about YouTube. They talk about Netflix. They talk about Roblox. My granddaughter loves Roblox. She still plays it. They don't talk about ABC, NBC, and CBS. I don't think nobody even knows what those networks even are anymore. And which is actually kind of good, because most of the stuff they put out, their comedy shows and their drama, their situation, they're garbage. They're not even funny anyway. They're garbage. Most of the stuff they produce is junk. That's why nobody wants to watch it anymore. Well, at least I don't. Just because I don't doesn't mean somebody else doesn't. So, to each their own. Straight. I am swerving all over the place again. Can I keep this thing straight? I think I'm scaring everybody next to me. They're all staying close to the yellow line on their side of the road. They're not coming into the middle of the lane. I think they're scared to be next to me. Downtown Chattanooga. Oh, Atlanta. We don't want downtown Chattanooga. We want Atlanta. You're on track. Like I said earlier, I always trust my wife's directions. She's much better at directions than I am. And that is perfectly okay with me. I'm glad to let her take care of that. Because if I took care of it, we'd be all the way up in Alaska somehow, trying to go to Florida. And the last place I want to go is Alaska. Because cold weather is not for me. Bumps are rough. I'm not a cold weather person. Last place I want to be is Alaska. I'd love to go see there and visit it in the summertime. We take the Alaska, some of the boat cruises on the rivers there. I'd love to see it in the summertime. But as far as going in the wintertime when it's ice cold, that's a hard. That's a hard pass right there. No Alaska in wintertime for me. If you've never driven a larger vehicle, you don't realize how much rougher the bumps are when you're in a large, heavy vehicle. That's why the camera shakes so bad. Well, we finally made it to Chattanooga. Now we just got to get to Atlanta. I actually lived in Atlanta That's how I met my wife. That person driving in that vehicle right in front of you. I lived in Atlanta for 1 year. Didn't care for it. I thought at first, I thought it'd be exciting, you know, big city. It just didn't work out. It was, I don't think it was Atlanta, it was more me than it was Atlanta. I actually ended up meeting my wife, and she lived up in Tennessee, where we just left from a few hours ago. And I drove up from Atlanta every weekend. I get off of work on Friday. I drive up to Tennessee, 4-hour drive every weekend. I drive up there, spend a couple days. Sunday, late Sunday afternoon, drive home. So I go back to work Monday morning. And eventually I stayed. I went. Well, I was planning on working the job I had in Atlanta until the end of the year, like the end of December. And I was going to go up to Tennessee and stay, because, you know, with her. I was driving up there, Halloween, I believe it. Well, I believe it was Halloween day. I believe a weekend. I was driving up to Tennessee from Atlanta, and I was on Interstate 65 by Old Hickory. Old Hickory exit, or I can't remember the exit number or something. But I was driving the far hand, you know, the higher speed lane, the left lane on the interstate.